everyone, welcome back to my channel. So before I get into this video, I just want to say a big thank you again, because I thanked you guys in the last video for all my new subscribers, followers on Instagram, anyone who watched the video, and that video has also done really well. So I've had a lot more subscribers since then. I've had a lot more people watch my videos. So again, I just want to say a very big thank you if you are one of those people, and if this is your first time joining me. Hi, I'm Jess. I nearly said I was 21. I'm 20, and from the other videos, basically you can tell that I am a big cross stitch fan, and I primarily focus on collecting Geckorouge kits. So yeah, that's just a little bit about me. Today's video is going to be a WIP parade. I had quite a few people in my comments ask me for this, which obviously it was one of the top videos on my list to do. I'm so excited to do it, but I do just want to say I don't have as many WIPs as some people that I see on YouTube, so this probably isn't going to be like hours long. This is probably going to be maybe like half an hour of just me showing you what I'm working on, telling you a little bit about each kit, why I like it, why I bought it maybe, and that's basically all this is going to be. So thank you very much for watching. If you are interested in just looking at one kit in particular, I will put little timestamps in the description below so that you can say, oh, I want to skip to shelf life, that's at this minute in the video. So yes, thank you very much, and let's just get into it. So if I look down all in this video, I have a note on the kits that I have that I want to show you guys, and I also have this book. Now this book is very important to me when I'm stitching, because at the front I've got all of the kits. I don't think this is all of the kits that I own, but it's quite a lot of them, and it says, let me show you. You can see I've made a couple of mistakes, but it basically says how many stitches are in the kit, what date I start, and it will say what date I finish. I think the only one that I finished is the Gecko B at the minute. So yeah, since I've been tracking, that's the only one I finished, but I have made it quite a way through some of my other bits, and I'm quite excited about it. So that's at the front of the book. So as you flip through the book, you can see this is a little diary, kind of like a little log. What kit I worked on what day, and how many stitches I added to it, how many stitches there are total, and what the percent is. So I just have this out just so that I can, when I'm talking about the kits, tell you what percent I'm on now and everything like that. So let's just get into showing you the first kit. So the way I'm going to do this, it's probably not going to be 100% accurate, but I'm going to try and show you the kits in order that I started them. That's what I think I'm going to do. So my first kit, the kits that are quite big and that won't fit in boxes necessarily, I keep in these. They're giant waterproof pillowcases, and they've never been used. I literally buy them just to put the kits in. But this one's in a scroll frame at the minute, and it was way too, you can tell that's how big the kit is. There you go. It was way too big to fit in a box, so it's in here for now. Let me get her out. So this kit is pretty much what started my Geckorouge obsession. I found Gecko through the gamer kit, just like I feel like a lot of other people did, and I am absolutely obsessed with that kit, and I will probably buy that kit one day, but I haven't yet because there are other ones that I saw and I was like, oh, I need that one first. So this for me was the first kit that I bought, and my fiance bought me it last Christmas. So this is Wednesday Addams by Medusa Dollmaker. I have gone slightly below the grime guard, just a little bit, but I'm going to put that back up just so that I don't mess up the work. So I love this kit. I'm a very big Addams Family fan, and my fiance bought me this last year and I was just obsessed with it. I can't remember if this is 28 count or 25 count. It doesn't say on the border of the fabric, but this was the first Gecko kit that I started working on, and when I started working on it, I worked without it being in any kind of frame or anything like that, and very quickly realised I cannot handle this amount of fabric without a frame. So I think she might have moved to be in a Q-snap for a little bit, and then I ended up buying this scroll frame. to be honest, I don't love it, and like I asked in another video, like how to tighten it at the sides, and some people did give me really good advice. I haven't done it yet, but what people were telling me to do was to kind of stitch in the sides and kind of anchor it round the sides, which I think sounds like a really good idea. So I'm going to plan to do that at some point over Christmas. But yeah, this kit is just incredible, and this is the kit that I go to when I just kind of want to switch off, because as you can see, let me show you it again, in the background up here, they are just blocks of colour. Like there is just a background which is all just lines and giant blocks of colour. So when I really want to stitch but I don't want to spend a lot of time thinking, like counting or anything, I will just go and fill in some of the blocks of colour, and I am obsessed. Now this kit, last time I updated this, I have done 11,113 stitches on it, and it is 9.64% done. That, I've had this kit for about a year, so it's not that impressive, but I'm very proud of myself for getting so much of it done, considering the year that I've had. This year I started my first proper job. Like, I did have jobs before that, but this is my first job where I can see myself staying there for quite a while. I currently work for the NHS, so yeah, it's been a bit busy, a bit more of a hectic year. My daughter just turned 2 this year, so you can probably tell it's not been a lot of time on stitching. But for 1 year to get this much done, I'm very proud of myself, considering the other kits I've worked on as well. By no means am I the fastest stitcher ever, and I think this kit, my goal was to get it done within a year, but then I grew my gecko collection and that didn't happen. So I think, I don't really have a goal on this one. I just genuinely love stitching her so much that I don't really mind how long this takes me. I'm just loving the process. And some of my other kits, I don't love the process as much, but it's worth it because I love the final piece. But this kit, I love the final piece, I love the process, and I genuinely love stitching her so much. This is like my go-to, like if I just want to relax stitch, this is what I go to. So yes, I will put a picture in here of what she looks like when she's all complete and everything. And yeah, I'm pretty much obsessed. And actually, straight after this video, I'm going to film like just kind of like a stash haul, and it's just the kits that I haven't started yet. If you watch that video as well, that video will be coming out next week. So as you're watching this, let me just check. So the video you're watching now came out on the 21st of December. So if you come back to my channel on the 28th of December, so just after Christmas, there should be, it's going to probably be a little bit of a shorter video of the kits that I have that I haven't started yet. They're just like kind of a stash haul. You'll see I've kind of got a matching kit to this. If you're a big gecko fan, you will know what I'm on about, but yes, if you stay tuned and you will see that next week. So this is Wednesday. I'm not going to show you the back of her because I don't hate my backs, but I definitely don't have the neatest backs either, so I'm just going to kind of try not to show you my backs as much as possible. So yeah, I'm going to put her back in the bag. Wednesday Addams, the kit size for that is 120,692 stitches total. I know that you can get the like project bags to keep them in, but the project bags are just so expensive, and I probably will invest in some at some point, but right now these like kind of waterproof pillowcases are cheaper for me, and that's been fantastic. They've worked for what I needed them for, so that's what I'm going to stick with for now. Oh, if you're interested in the grime guards that I had on that last one, I will link the shop down below. I can't remember where I got them from because I got them about 10 months ago, so I will link the Etsy shop down below if you're interested in those grime guards. So I've just been back checking my notes, and the next kit that I'm going to show you guys is, it was my biggest kit that I owned until I got the world map. So this again, I am keeping in a waterproof pillowcase. This one's a bit of a different one to my other one. I don't like this one as much, but you know, it does the job, and I'm not really interested in spending a lot of money when this does the exact same thing. So I've also had a couple of people ask me how I store like the fabric whilst I'm working on a piece, and I am very sure that there are other ways to do this, and if you've got any suggestions, actually leave them in the comments below. But what I tend to do while I'm working on a piece is have the pillowcase hang like this, because I have a Lowry, so it holds it up by itself. I have the pillowcase hang like this, and it's just got all the fabric in the bottom. It's all folded, so it's not going to get all creasy and horrible. Just have it hanging like this whilst I'm working, and that does a great job for me. I haven't got far enough yet that the pillowcase has been an issue in terms of where I'm working, but I probably will sometime soon. So my plan for then is probably just to let the pillowcase drop, zip it back up as tight as I can without it affecting the fabric, and letting the pillowcase with the fabric in hang underneath. I do actually do a lot of my stitching either in bed or on the couch, so it doesn't hang completely, it kind of rests on my legs. So I'm not too worried about it affecting the fabric, but again, if you have any suggestions, let me know. So the second kit that I started working on, apart from Wednesday, actually, this is a lie. I had other kits in the meantime, I just hadn't started working on them yet, or they are finished and upstairs, and I'll probably show you a picture at the end. But the second kit, big kit that I bought, that I started working on, that I'm still working on, is Shelf Life. So this is Shelf Life by Colin Thompson, and oh my goodness, it is amazing. So I bought this kit as my grandfather was very into jigsaws, absolutely obsessed with jigsaws, and I saw this, and I know Colin Thompson makes jigsaws, and I'm pretty sure my granddad owned some of his, but I saw this and I was like, that just makes me think of grandpa, and I need it. And I had just started my job, I was working really hard. At the time my fiance was working away, and I was really, like, honestly I was pretty down most of the time, and I just wanted a like big project to keep focused on, keep my spirits up whilst my daughter was asleep and my fiance was away. So I treated myself to this kit. This is probably gonna take me a long time to do. I mean, there's no probably about it. This kit is going to take me absolutely years to do, and especially when you combine it with the world map kit. So this kit, let me find my notes. So for Shelf Life, the stitch count is 1,800,000 stitches, which is, it's nearly half the size of the Wonderful World map, but I don't know what it is about this piece, but I have been working on this on and off, and to be honest with you, I've been working on it more off than on since I bought it. So I bought this kit in February, it was like early to mid-February I think, and I started work on it on my mum's birthday, so the 25th of February, and yeah, it really doesn't look like I've done much for like 10 months, and I will tell you the reason why. So this kit, I was obsessed and I really wanted it, but I was so intimidated by it. I just didn't really know where to start, what to do. So I kind of followed the same process as what I did with the world map, and I started in the top left corner. I did all my counting, did everything, started in the top left corner, and I was kind of working. So I will insert a picture here of what the kit looks like in the end. I didn't do parking, I didn't do anything, I just kind of was doing it cross country, and I was working in the like little pictures. So like when you see the kit, it's got all them little pictures, it's kind of built up of pictures, and that's what I was working from basically. So I focused on the first one, which is, I think it's a little boat with people in it, and that's the one that I started on, and about half, no. So I finished the boat with all the people in it, and I was going on to the next one, which is a bird, and I was like, I am not enjoying this method, and I absolutely love this piece, and I want to enjoy stitching it, so I need to find a better method. And that's where I found going like diagonally across the piece. Someone commented on my last video saying that they do what I do in stitching and they call it diagonal cross country. So that's going to be what I'm calling it. It's diagonal cross country. So I will take one colour, start at the bottom of the diagonal and work that colour all the way up. And then when I'm done in that diagonal, I will park the piece in the next diagonal and then kind of do it like that. So since I started doing that, I was progressing on this piece so much quicker and I was enjoying it so much more. So the first section probably took me, actually I'll tell you exactly, oh no I can't, can I? So the first piece took me probably, like as I said, I was working on it on and off. So I probably took about 6 months maybe to do the first piece. And then probably within a space of a month, I'd done like what you can see of the second piece. So all of this first section here was done over the space of like 6 months. And the second section was done over the space of like maybe a month. And then I've not really worked on it for the last month. So yeah, to be honest, I'm loving it now. I absolutely adore this piece to stitch on. As you can see, there's so many vibrant colours in it. I think this piece actually has more colours than the Wonderful World map does, which is just insane. I think this probably uses every single colour that they have of the DMC thread, but I love it and I'm obsessed with it. And actually, I wanted to show you guys how I stole my thread for this piece. So I've kind of touched upon it in some other videos, but what I do for this piece is, obviously, as you can imagine, there was a huge box full of threads that I needed to organise and everything. So what me and my partner did one night was we went through, cut all the thread to the length that I would need, and I put them all on these and I organised it. And I just took one like little section, so like with the 6 strands in it, and put it on here and wrote the numbers 1 to 173 because that's how many colours there are, and put one of each strand on. And then I plaited them because they were like, this plastic is so slippy. Like if you buy these, just be prepared because my threads were slipping off them left, right and centre. So I needed to go through and then plait all of them so that they didn't just slide out. And this has been so much easier for me to find what piece I'm the number that I'm working on, because I just go, oh, I'm looking for number 43. Oh, this one's number 41 to 60. It'll be on here somewhere. And then it's just a case of undoing the plait, taking out a piece, a strand, and then doing the plait back up. And then they just stay on here. And when I run out of a certain colour, then I go to my huge box of threads, take one out and do it like that. I will stop waving these around now. So that's how I've been working on this, and then that way when I'm working on it, I only need this little section of threads and the project, and that's all I need rather than carrying around, because I was having to use that giant box of threads every time I needed it, and I was like, there's got to be an easier way. So that's my method with this. Yeah, I am really enjoying this piece now, and there is someone in the Geckorouge Facebook group, so not the page, like the actual group, there is someone who is working on this so quickly and I love seeing her post. I've not seen one in a little while, but she was averaging about a page of like A4 page of pattern a week, and that just blew my mind when I saw that she was doing that. I was like, oh, that's insane, because let me show you. So if you go see my Wonderful World map unboxing video, which is the first video on my channel, you will see how big the pattern was. This is the size of the pattern for shelf life. So definitely not as many pages because there's not as many stitches, but this is still 220 pages of pattern, and I like just, it's my goal to get through it as quick as this lady's doing. And like, I just love it because you don't see the level of detail in the pictures like on the Gecko website as you do when you see people actually stitching it, and I just think it's incredible. Like, let me do a close-up. So I know I don't have the neatest stitches, but look at like how many different shades of orange, pinks, and I think like yellowy kind of colours in this orange bit. You can kind of see more detail in the little boat, and it's just incredible when you take a step like closer to it and actually look at and all the different colours that they use. And like that's such a big reason why I love the Gecko kits, because the level of detail is just incredible. So Shelf Life is another kit that I will be working on probably for the rest of my life, and I'm so happy with that because it is an incredible piece to work on, and when it's done it's going to be an absolute masterpiece. Just in case you saw when I was holding it up, I still have the masking tape on this project. I am going to be taking it off. Do not worry, I have taken the advice on board from everyone. I just simply haven't had time. I'm making Christmas presents, I'm working, I have a 2-year-old, like I just haven't had time yet, but I do appreciate everyone's comments, and I promise I'm going to take it off and it's not going to be ruined. I won't let it be ruined, such a big piece. So the last time I wrote down a total for this piece was 3,851 stitches in total, which brings me to 0.38%, which, yes, it's gonna be like slow going, but I need to seriously focus on that. My goal for next year is to finish one of the pieces I'm going to show you next and get some good progress made on the Wonderful World map and Shelf Life, because let's be honest, I need to get a bit of a move on with them, otherwise I might never get them done. So let's focus on that next year. So the next kit I'm going to show you is another Geckorouge kit, this one. So this kit, the artist who made the picture that the kit's based on, the kit is of, I don't know how to explain that, is Dorian Davies. Now this kit, I haven't been working on too long, but it's a lot smaller than my other kits, so it kind of fills up faster. This is another kit that I'm doing cross-country stitching on, and I am just in love with it. Again, can't get enough of this kit. I'll be honest, this part of road here was, I think, the most tedious part, but I got it done fairly quickly actually. When I actually sit down and focus on it, it's a really quick kit to get done, and I love it. So I bought this kit. I will put a picture in here of what it's going to look like when it's done. And I bought this as a birthday present for my mum. So maybe try and get it finished for her birthday this year, like 2022. Maybe try for the year after, because her birthday's in February. So my family, we all went to the London 2012 Olympics, because obviously I'm British, and it was one of the best like experiences of my life, and I absolutely loved it. And it's like one of the things that me and mum talk about every time the Olympics is on. We're like, God, do you remember when we went and we saw the volleyball and this and that, and we just loved it. And the whole atmosphere around the Olympics was just crazy. It was so much fun going. So this piece is actually kind of, I wouldn't say it's based on it, but there is definitely London 2012 elements. Like you can see the little mascot and the London 2012 logo. And yeah, since we went, and my mum actually loves this artist and his designs and the style of his art, so I was like, this is just perfect. I can't think of a better present to get her. So this is going to end up being a present eventually. Last time I updated this piece, I was on 14,652 stitches total. I believe there's something like just over 55,000. Let me just double check. So there is 55,153 stitches on this total, and I started this in March. So again, I've kind of dipped between pieces and had kind of periods where I've not worked on them too much. So I'm very happy with my progress this year. And yeah, I am a total of 26.57% of the way through, and I just love it. Like, how beautiful is this? There's so many like random pops of colour where you don't expect it. Like in the road there was like pops of purple, and I was like, oh, this is just beautiful. And like I said, like Geckorouge puts so much detail into their kits that it's, some parts of it are quite full of confetti, but it makes the end piece look so beautiful that you just can't really complain. So yes, this is the piece that I've kind of focused on more in the last couple of months before I got my Wonderful World map kit, but I haven't worked on her for like maybe a month and a half, So this is one that I'm going to aim to get done next year. I am straight up like making that a target. Next year this one will be finished. And if it's not, you can hold me accountable because I said it in a video. So up next is one that did I get it on pre-order? I may have gotten this on pre-order, but I definitely got it as soon as it came out. Like, I was one of the first people to go on and buy it. And let's say that, I don't think I even bought it. I'm pretty sure my fiance bought me it, because I saw this and I was like, oh my goodness, that is so beautiful. Like, I'll put a picture in here of it, what it's meant to look like when it's finished. And the colours in it are just wow. The whole scenery, just like the whole like general vibe of the kit, I was obsessed with, and I literally didn't stop thinking about this for days. And it arrived, and the progress that I'm going to show you now I did in basically like a couple of weeks. Like, I was so set on like, this is the kit that I'm working on right now and I need to focus on it, and I got so much done that I think I kind of burnt myself out on it a little bit, and I kind of stepped away and was working on another kit. I actually did some progress on this last night and I was really enjoying myself. So this is how much I have so far. If you follow my Instagram, which is crime_cryptids_cross_stitch, I will put it on screen and I'll leave it in the description bar. Yeah, if you follow me on Instagram, you will have seen this last night. As I'm filming this, it'll probably be last week for you guys now. But this piece has so many pops of colours in it. Like, this piece up at the top here has, I don't know if you can see very well on camera. Let me try and get close. This piece here has pops of purple running through it, and I just love it. And this is another one where I really am just so excited to see the final piece, like see it done, because this hanging somewhere in my house is just going to make it so bright, so beautiful, and I cannot wait to see it done. This piece I'm working on cross country again. I'm kind of just going, I was kind of focusing on going in the sections, like the little beams from the sun and in the sky, and I'm hoping to get the sky mostly out of the way fairly quickly so that I can start on the bottom piece, because this is another kit that I would absolutely love to see done next year. But if I'm being realistic, I'd say probably the next 18-24 months I would like to get this done and framed and somewhere in my house. So I'll give you guys a little bit of a close-up. Please ignore the messy like dangly threads. I kind of packed some stitches, and I've got some stitches that I was just working the tails of that need taking out, so yeah. As for this kit, the last time I updated it, I had done 13,027 stitches, which is 12.76%. And oh, actually, that's wrong. I did not update it last night. Let me just hop onto my Instagram and I will tell you guys a more accurate number. So as of last night, I had done 13,197 stitches. There is 102,060 stitches in total. So that means that I was 12.93% done as of last night. So nearly 13%, and it just, like, every stitch just makes it more beautiful. Like, I am literally obsessed, and I love working on this, and I will definitely be working on this in the new year. My next kit that I'm going to show you isn't a Geckorouge kit. Like, I know, shock. This one isn't a kit even, really. I kind of kitted it myself, made the pattern myself. I made it on Stitch Fiddle, right, and I have a little bit of an issue, and I will tell you why. So this is the piece, and you're probably looking at that and thinking, what is it? Yeah, me too, because what this is, or what it was supposed to be, was a picture of my fiance when he was maybe like 3 or 4, and his uncle, because his uncle has since passed away, and this was going to be a nice Christmas present for him. I was doing it tent stitch, so they're not full crosses, and I was working on it and I was thinking, this isn't looking how Stitch Fiddle said that it would look, and you can't even tell where, like, there is a mouth on there and there is an eye on there and you can't even tell, but on Stitch Fiddle it looked more like you could tell what it was based on the picture. So I started having a look last night, and this dark patch here, when you look on Stitch Fiddle, it was like light, and this is like a burgundy, like browny red colour, and I was just like, what? So I immediately thought, oh, it's my mistake, I've got the wrong floss. Checked my numbers against their numbers and everything, and it was the same numbers. I hadn't messed up with the floss, so I'm not really sure what happened there. But also, like, I was working on this for like a couple of hours last night, and like I said, you can't even see what it's meant to be. So this, unfortunately, is not a WIP that I'm going to be carrying forwards. I'm just going to leave this. I don't think there's any saving it. I don't want to try and save it because I'd restarted this piece about 3 or 4 times, and I every time started in the corner, and this time, because it was so close to Christmas, I was like, I'm just going to start in the middle and do the face and get the main people done, and if that's all I get done, that's all I get done. And I was working on it, and I just, like, taking a step back from it, I was like, you cannot tell what this is. And I spoke to my fiance and I said, look, like, I'm trying, but it's not working out. Do you mind if I just leave it? And he was like, yeah, just leave it, because as nice a thought as it is that I could have done that for him, it's just not working. So this, unfortunately, is a WIP that I'm not going to continue, but I will cut around it, save the fabric, and yeah, just move on and learn from this, really. And yeah, a little bit disappointing, but I wanted to include it anyway because I just thought it was a bit strange how it happened. And I was definitely using the colours that it said and everything, and I don't know what happened really, but you know, I'm not going to let it bother me too much. I'm just going to move on and work on some of my other kits. So my next kit, again, is not a gecko kit, but this one, it is actually a kit. So this is, I will take it off the Q-snap a little bit to show you. So this is a Christmas stocking. I will try and find it and like put the information in on screen now, but I currently can't remember what it's called or who it's by. But this kit, I haven't had it for that long. I've kind of been working on it on and off. I bought 3 of them for myself, my fiance and my daughter, and just haven't had time to stitch on them. Like, I've been focused on other stitching, which is absolutely fine, and I'm not in a rush to get these done. But I think it would be nice one Christmas for us all to have a handmade stocking, and that just wasn't this Christmas, and that's fine, and I'm happy with that. But it's got like tent stitching in it, it's got full crosses, it's got a little bit of everything, and I'm really enjoying it. Like, look how pretty that deer is. I think this one might be mine. Like, I think I may have started, it's either mine or Bella's. I don't think I started with Rise. So yeah, I love this piece actually, and I would definitely recommend these stocking kits to anyone if you want to do a stocking. It's on 14 count Ada, which I'm not the biggest fan of, but you know, at the end of the day, it looks good and I'm not going to complain. So my next WIP is one that I got from Etsy. I bought it quite a while ago actually. I will link it down below, but I can't remember for the life of me right now what it's called. This was before I got really into stitching. Like, I stitched as a hobby now and then, but it wasn't something I was really focusing on like I am now. But this was kind of my way into doing some bigger pieces. So this is the kit. It's a mushroom, and up top there, I don't know if you can see, it's got snails in the kit, and yeah, I actually can't remember what the final piece looks like right now. But I really like this piece. I think it was so much fun to work on. It's got blends of colours in, which I don't have on any other kit apart from the stocking kit, because the gecko kits don't come with like blends. So that is actually so much fun, and I forgot how like good the gradients looked on it. Like, they're just beautiful, especially this shading on the mushroom. it was really good. So I will leave a link to this Etsy listing down below if I can still find it. And yeah, I don't personally buy a lot of patterns on Etsy, but this one I would definitely recommend if you want to work on one similar. It's so beautiful, and I'm not sure how far through it I am or anything. I don't have this one tracked because I've not worked on it in a while, but I bought all the threads. They're all in this bag that I keep it in, and I absolutely, like, genuinely do love this piece. And I'm thinking when it's all framed and everything, it will go up in Bella's room. So yeah, I'm like that. I might work on that some more next year. The reason I stopped kind of focusing on it, one, I got my gecko kits and they're obviously huge, and I just want to work on them so that I don't fall behind and never get them finished. And two, it's actually on Ada. I think it's, I want to say it's 16 or 18 count. And I just don't love stitching on that anymore. Like, since I started on Gecko, I've been using either 25 or 28 count even weave, which I absolutely love. And I love the gridding on it as well. Like, that just helps me out so much. But I'm not sure that I would pick up a kit that didn't have 25 or 28 count even weave again, just because I like the size of the stitching, I like the way it looks in the end. But I will definitely finish this piece. Like, this is absolutely not a piece that I'm not working on anymore. But that was the reason that it's been put down and hasn't been picked up recently. To finish off this video, I am going to show you guys my wonderful world map. Again, this piece is probably the most recent one that you guys have seen. Yeah, I am loving this kit. So this is the kit so far. I have it in a pretty big frame. You can see my kind of monster over there. So it doesn't look too big, but I will tell you my stitch count in a moment. But when I do a little bit of a close-up, you can see all the different colours in the blue. There we go. And this is a cloud that I've just started on now. And as I said, you guys have seen this one most recently, so there's probably not really much of an update to show you on it, but I wanted to include it in my WIP parade because this is just like a collection of all the things I'm working on. Yeah, this piece is huge. If you haven't seen my other videos, this piece is 1,830,800 stitches. It is huge, and I started working on it on the 4th of December. So I've only been working on this not even a month yet, actually. It's actually just been over 2 weeks. Wait, it's not even 2 weeks yet. That's not right, that can't be right. So I've been working on this kit for like exactly 2 weeks, and if I'm being completely honest, I don't think I've worked on this in the last week, just because with the lead up to Christmas, I'm focused on getting people's presents done. So this is definitely my newest piece. It's also my biggest piece. And this is, again, one that I'm going to focus on next year. I'm going to try and aim for 1% for my birthday, which is January 10th. But I'm really not convinced I'm going to get there. I think 0.5% might be more of a goal, but I'm going to aim big. I'm going to aim for a whole 1% and see if I get there. There's no harm in trying, is there? I feel like I need to be optimistic with this one. So there we go. This is another one that I keep in a waterproof pillowcase, just because, like I mentioned before, I don't want it to get like messy because it's too big to fit in a box at the moment. So those are all my WIPs. Thank you for watching. I really have enjoyed filming this. This has made me take a step back and think, actually, that's a really lovely piece and I want to work more on that. So I think tonight my plan might be to get some more stitching done. Yeah, let me know which one's your favourite down below. I will be answering comments. To be honest, I'm always on my phone if I'm not stitching, so I try and answer every comment. But yeah, let me know which one's your favourite down below. Let me know how many WIPs you currently have, because I think I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think I have 7 WIPs currently, but I might be wrong. If I've counted wrong, let me know. I'm not including the one of the picture one that I'm not going to continue, but I think I have 7 WIPs at the moment, which isn't too bad, I don't think, considering I've got more in my stash which I am desperate to work on. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. I hope this has been a little fun insight into what I'm working on and the different types of kits I enjoy working on. And yes, I will see you guys in the next video, which will be a stash haul. I'm literally gonna turn the camera off, turn it back on, and start filming that. So if I look the exact same in next week's video, that's why. I didn't want to film over Christmas, but I still wanted a video to go up. So yes, I hope you guys all have a great Christmas, or whatever holiday you celebrate, or if you don't celebrate any holiday, just have a nice time. I hope you guys are feeling good, getting some stitching done, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!